everybody. It's Diana Wolf. I know many of you are not used to seeing me do things like this, make videos. I don't like the limelight, but I am a new person. And in 2017, I have a lot of things in store for you guys. And I'm excited to share everything that I've been working on in the past few months. And today, I just want to give you a little bit of my story, why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I hope that all of you guys will be just as excited as me, and that some of you, many of you, will be interested in being a part in some kind of way or wanting to add value in some kind of way to my new organization. So, for many of you who know me, you do know my story. But for those of you who don't, I just wanted to give you a quick rundown on me. So, I grew up in very underprivileged circumstances. I lived in public housing with my mother, which most of us call the projects. And I lived there with my mother and my sister for about 15 years. And throughout that time, I was a witness to a lot of stuff, a lot of negative stuff, domestic violence and substance abuse within my own home, hunger, and I was also sexually abused by my stepfather. I was bullied a lot, and I was pretty much tortured by a lot of kids just for being different. So what got me through that, for the most part, was art. I was a kid who loved to draw. I loved poetry. I took music instruments classes in school. I did some theater, so I was a little bit of an actress in middle school. But I loved doing things in the arts. At the time in my life where those resources weren't available anymore, because I had gotten to a certain age where it was more of an elective to do in school and not so much mandatory, there was a shift in everything that I did. And at that point, and I'm not blaming it on the arts. I'm not blaming it because I didn't have art, should I say. But I do think that there is a link that when I stopped doing all those things that I love to do, and I had way too much time on my hands, I started doing things that I wasn't supposed to do. And at that point, I started to fail. And at a certain point after that, I got pregnant in high school. And things didn't get better from there. After being in cosmetology for 15 years and loving what I do, I love to make people feel good about themselves. I love makeup. I love doing hair. But it just wasn't conducive to my body. It wasn't conducive to my lifestyle. I had to sit down and really think about what it was that I wanted to do with my life. After opening and having to close a salon, because once my salon was open for 3 months, I found out that I was 3 months pregnant, and then my husband joined the military in the same year, I just decided that the best thing to do was to close the salon. Anaya always talked about, my daughter Anaya, always talked about being an actress. Just surprisingly, like out of nowhere, we met some folks who actually told us that they were with a great agency, so we tried it out. And then Travis, my son, who's now 10 years old, decided that he wanted to jump in it too. Once they started really getting into this acting, I really seen a change in them. And from there, they were interested in other things. They started taking instruments. My son started getting into dance. And then out of nowhere, my daughter was talking about, you know what, I don't think I want to be in front of the camera. I think I want to be behind it. But in saying that, I had to sit one day, because even though I was happy for everything that my kids were doing, I was like, wait, they're happy and I'm happy for them, but something's missing. Like, there's something that I should be doing. I began to think about my children and everything that they've been doing and accomplishing, and how great of kids they are. And all the kids that we have met along the way who are doing things similar to what they're doing, and how awesome, they are, their attitudes, their behavior, how they're doing academically. And I just started thinking about, what is the difference between these kids and the way I was, And in sitting there, and I guess in a kind of meditative state, he spoke to me, and I realized that it was through everything that my kids were doing that he was trying to show me what I was supposed to be doing. And I realized that what I needed to do was provide what my kids have to other kids who don't have it. And thinking about it, it was like, wait, maybe the reason why my kids are who they are and how they are because of everything that they do. If it's going to help them in a positive way, if it's going to help them academically, if it's going to help them behaviorally, then every kid should be doing this, you know? And then I looked further into it, and I actually found that this helps kids who have different learning styles. The way these kids are being taught in the schools is not how every kid learns. There are several learning styles, and certain activities in the arts can actually help improve the cognitive domain, which is the part of the brain that helps with remembering and thinking and comprehension. And just think about it. Kids who have to learn dance or music or acting, having to learn their lines, it can help improve these children with their memorization skills. And there's just so much more to art than people see. We always think that, oh, art is beautiful and art is entertaining, and it really is, but there's so much more to it. There's so much more to it. And I feel like I am here to be an advocate for that. And I am going to stop at nothing to show the world that all kids need to be involved in the arts. I am so excited to talk to you guys about my new organization, which is called Star in You, Inc. And at Star in You, Inc., our mission is to provide the underprivileged youth with access to resources and opportunities in the arts, and that includes visual, performing, and culinary arts. My goal, my vision, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect with different programs, art-related programs that is, in our area, and I'm going to speak with them about being a resource for Star in You. And I'm going to create a database out of these resources. And when I connect to these underprivileged youth, I'm going to talk with them, and we're going to figure out what program will be best for them, depending on what art they have a passion for. And not just that, we're not going to just connect them to these programs, but we're going to pay for them to attend these programs. Yes. But in return, they have to agree to improve in whatever area they're lacking in their life, whether it's academically or behaviorally. But wait, not just that. We're not going to just ask them to improve it, but we're going to also provide them resources to help them improve it. And what I mean by that is, if they're having trouble behaviorally, we want to connect them to a possible mentor, or to maybe someone they can speak to, someone that can coach them, someone that can motivate them, someone who can listen to them and help them in that way. And I hope that you guys are as excited as I am, and I hope that some of you would love to be a part of what we're doing and add value in some kind of way. And if you know of a program that may be interested in being a part of our nonprofit, as being a resource for our nonprofit, we can send kids their way, and we are going to pay for them to attend their program. We want to help every child that wants this type of help, every child that has a passion in the arts, every child that's struggling in an area of their life. We want to help them. Currently, we're waiting for their approval on our 501c3 status. But if you still would like to donate to help our mission, you can do so at paypal.me/staringyouinc. And we will be grateful for any donations that come in. We're also going to be starting some fundraising, so I hope that you guys want to be involved, and anything else that will help improve this organization, because I know that this is going to work. You know this is going to work. So come on, guys.